population of about 322,000 people, 2/3 of which live in the capital, Reykjavik, in the southwest of the country. The rest are scattered in villages, very small villages, along the ring road. A road that follows the coast, runs around the coast of Iceland and doesn't penetrate the interior. The interior of Iceland is a vast, barren, inhospitable, desolate wilderness. The country covers an area of a little more than 100,000 square kilometres. That's about 1.25 times the size of Ireland. But yet Iceland is the least populated country in Europe. A wild and beautiful country. A remote island wilderness. A place of great contrast. A place where fire and ice meet. It offers some of the most stunning and beautiful landscapes on the planet. On my journey across Iceland's interior wilderness. A few kilometres in, the further I go in, the less vegetation cover there is. And this place is dry as a bone. This is my third day hiking now. Making my way to the Askja Caldera, which last erupted, I think, if memory serves me correctly, in 1961. So I've been hiking all day long. My feet are very tired. I'm exhausted. All day I've been walking across a stony, sandy desert, but I came across this little oasis here. There's some fresh water and there's actually a bit of green vegetation. A nice little spot to pitch my tent. Fresh drinking water. I'm going to have a wash there and then get something to eat. I'm starving. The only thing about these little oasis areas is the amount of flies. The only thing is they're not biting flies. They just get irritating, flying into your ears, into your mouth, your eyes. But they don't bite, so it's not too bad. Just a nice little spot to relax for the night. Okay, I'm going to have a wash. The water in the stream is incredibly cold. It's just
a couple of degrees above freezing, and it's really painful to get into that water and have a wash. So what I do is I carry one of these with me, a little basin from Webtex Military Products. It's a very light thing to carry around in your backpack, it doesn't take up much room. It folds down when not in use. Little foldable basin. And what I done was I heated up a bit of water with my stove, and this is nice warm soapy water, and I can have a full body wash here now and keep myself nice and clean.
Just before the moon landings in 1969, this is where Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin and Michael Collins came to train, because this seemingly is the one landscape on planet Earth that is so similar to the moon. I can most certainly see why. This is day 4 hiking now. Still making my way towards the Askja Caldera. It's very hard picking your way through this lava field. The rock is very sharp as well, it's very abrasive. Askja lies in the very centre of the Caldera desert. So when I get to Askja and over it, I have still more desert to cross the far side of that mountain. When I'm the far side of Askja, I'll be making my way towards the Vatnajökull ice cap, but that's a few days away yet. I've still got to pick my way through this. These first few days have been very slow going because of the weight of my pack. In a couple of days' time that weight should get a little bit lighter as I start eating more food out of it. And I really can't wait for that. It's tough. My feet are protesting. But I'm in good spirits. I'm still enjoying it. This certainly is a strange landscape. Barren. Absolutely nobody around. for miles and miles. I've waited about 15 or 20 minutes and the shadow has moved, so I'm going to show you now what to do. As you can see, this is the stone I placed. The shadow came through the centre of this stone to start with, and as the sun moved across the sky from the east to the west, the shadow moved from west to east. So now, I'll just draw a line from the end of my shadow over towards the stone. Now this line runs from west to east. So if I dissect that line, that means north is in that direction. South, east and west. I now have a direction to follow. Little things like this can come in handy someday and possibly save your life. I've been hiking today for about 12 hours straight. Stopping for less than an hour for my lunch. It's 10:30 at night now. I'm fairly tired, my feet are sore. But it's a small price to pay for such beautiful living. Sitting here, watching the sun go down over the desert. A beautiful sight. That's what it's all about. A lovely sunset. I say sunset, but it doesn't get dark. Come 12 midnight, it will still be as bright as this. Welcome to the land of the midnight sun. extent of the Caldera, Europe's largest desert. Gaining a lot of altitude now. I'm on my way to Askja. Askja is a caldera, a sunken crater in the middle of the volcanic mountains that lie in the centre of the Caldera. The crater of the volcano holds a large lake. The lake is about 11 square kilometers and it's deep. It's about 200 meters deep. So I'm going to go and have a look. See this volcano, Askja. Been climbing steeply all morning. Taking it slow, pacing myself. Tough going with a heavy pack.